Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Scotty. Today, I want to talk about inspiration. I was inspired to do so today. And when I think about inspiration and what it means to me, and then maybe think about what it might mean to you, is a goal or idea that you come up with while you're on the fly. Sometimes it's your intuition. Sometimes it's just pops into your head. You're like, hey, you know what? I've always wanted to help out that way. That would be really cool. Hey, I've always wanted to do that. Hey, I'd like to start a retreat and do that. I'd like to go over here. I'd like to travel the world. Take my kids and show them, where everything in person so they can see it. Well, you can have these inspired ideas. And maybe these were like goals, and you put them down and you're like, yep, that's where I want to go, or that's what I want to do. Well, sometimes our inspiration falls short. And you got to look at why that may be falling short. And you can be inspired to do a lot of things. And then you can find yourself years later going, oh, remember that? Yeah, I've always wanted to do that. Yeah, I always wanted to do that. I had a thought about that back in the day. And you notice that you never got that goal. Good, bad, indifferent. As long as it aligns with your values, your morals, and moving forward, and helping out the world, then that's a great idea. What's holding you back? And that's what I want to talk about today, is sometimes we have these great inspired ideas. We have great inspiration, but we fall short based on our current reality, current beliefs, and our current mindset. While we may have a growth mindset, while we may want to continue to have these goals and continue to be optimistic, if we don't put in that little bit of extra work, right? So at times you could have this inspired idea. Great. Write that down. Now, what is your current goal for that idea? Like, what does that look like? What would that look like? Write that down. Then what kind of resistance are you having? Like, what would be stopping you from doing that? What would be holding you back, or why can't you do that? And then, what would it look like as if it is done? What would it look like if you were that belief? What if you were that person? Great. So sometimes you've got to put down what you want. It's great to be talking it and thinking it, but at times, put in that work, put in that time, write things down. A coach of mine was just get a book, carry it everywhere you go. You get that inspired idea, big, small, whatever it is, write it down. And then you can kind of go back and do more notes on it, look at it, then do some comparison, do a little chart, put some lines and go, hey, what's going on here? What's going on here? What's going on here? Does this line up with who I am, where I want to go? Is this possible? What are the things holding me back? Then you can actually goal set in that mindset that you want, in that person you want to become, or that goal you want to do that you were inspired to do. And when you write it down, there's a different power in that. You're not just voicing it, you're not just thinking it, you're putting down in paper and doing work on it, comparing it, looking at it. What is the resistance? And then look at what can you change in your life toward that goal. These are the little things that a lot of us just don't do. We may have a lot of great ideas. We may have a lot of great goals and want to have a different mindset, a different reality, or different belief system, or be in a different place in 5 or 10 years. But sometimes in 5 or 10 years, we're in the same place. And then we wonder why. And then if you reflect, you might be, I didn't do a lot of work toward that goal. I had that great idea, but I didn't do much to cultivate it. The great idea, that inspiration is like a seed. And you can plant that seed. And that's great. And put it in there, and it's there. But if you don't actually water it, if you don't go toward it, feed it, it'll never grow. So think about an area in your life that you may be inspired to do. Think about something you're inspired to do, person, place, thing, where you want to go, a goal you have, short-term, long-term, and are you moving toward that goal? Are you reflecting on that and watering that? And saying, hey, you know what? Every day I'm going to do a little bit. It's not huge. You don't have to go, I'm going to throw everything out of my house and change and sell everything. And I'm a totally different person. Hey, if you want to do that, but No, you don't have to do that. These small steps. I always refer back to that meme where the guy's like walking up these stairs, and each one is like a little step toward his success. And if you don't keep taking those steps, you'll never get to the top. You'll never get to that goal, to that inspired dream that you have. And it just takes small steps, as easy as making your bed every day, right? And then sooner or later, in 5 years, you'll be at that goal. You'll be in that place. That assumed identity that you want to be in, you'll be that identity. So, want to talk about that today. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.